In this video, I'm going to discuss about the addition of HBr to alkenes in the presence of peroxide. Before understanding the addition of HBr to alkenes in the presence of peroxides, let's know what is anti-Markovnikov's rule now. Yes, this anti-Markovnikov's rule is opposite to that of the Markovnikov's rule, and which is being given by Kharash and Mayo. This proposed this mechanism where they observed this addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkenes in the presence of peroxide, which is just opposite to that of this Markovnikov's rule, which says that this anti-Markovnikov's rule says that the negative part of the addendum, that is of the reagent, which goes to the molecule with more number of hydrogens, which is just opposite to that of this Markovnikov's rule. The Markovnikov's rule says that the negative part of the addendum goes to the carbon with more number of hydrogens, but with less number of hydrogens, that is Markovnikov's rule. But anti-Markovnikov's rule is with more number of hydrogens, just opposite to that of this. Markovnikov's rule is anti-Markovnikov's rule, and this anti-Markovnikov addition is also called as peroxide effect or Kharash effect. Yes, let's see this addition of HBr in the presence of peroxide to alkenes in detail now. This mechanism will proceed via this free radical formation of this free radical. So there's a free radical chain reaction, and the free radicals are being formed here. So the first is initiation step with this peroxide by the homolytic cleavage here, because this is formation of free radicals. We see this homolysis here. This is represented by Fish-Duct arrow, results in the formation of this free radicals, peroxide free radicals, which on further now this acts as a catalyst here for the further reaction to take place here. So peroxides produce free radicals now, which acts as a catalyst to accelerate the further addition. Now this will react with HBr, resulting in the formation of Br free radical, now which will propagate the reaction. This is a chain initiation reaction because it initiates the reaction. Now the next step is a propagation, where this Br will free radical gets attacks this alkene, resulting in the formation of this free radical where the carbon is having a single electron here. Now this, on further reaction with 1 mole of molecule of HBr, undergoes free radical addition mechanism of the reaction, resulting in the formation of this alkyl halide. Now when we see this, this is following the anti-Markovnikov's rule, because the addition of this Br will take place to the carbon with goes to the carbon with more number of hydrogens. Yes, and this Br free radical is produced, which will attack another molecule of alkene here, so thus propagating the reaction and thus causing the reaction to move forward here. So this is the mechanism which is followed. The first one is the initiation, where the peroxide will act as a catalyst, producing this free radicals here, and will initiate the reaction. And next one is the propagation reaction, where the product is being formed, and the Br radical which is formed will further react with 1 more molecule of alkene, and the reaction proceeds further. Let's look at this with the help of an example here. HBr to this propene will be take when this Br free radical is is added to this, resulting in the formation of, when Br attacks to this carbon or this carbon, will result in the formation of 2 types of free radicals here. This is a second primary free radical. We know the order of the stability of the free radicals here. This tertiary is more stable than secondary. Then comes this primary. So tertiary free radicals are more stable than secondary. Then comes primary, because of this can be explained based on the hypoconjugation and the inductive effect here, because of this CH3 will act as, and plus I groups will stabilize the free radicals which are being formed here. But we know that this is a secondary free radical, so this is more stable when compared to that of this primary. So This is a major product which is being formed where Br is added to the carbon with more number of hydrogens here. So this Br is going to the carbon with more number of hydrogens, or which is less substituted following the anti-Markovnikov's rule here. So the anti-Markovnikov's rule is followed here, and the anti-Markovnikov's product is being formed where, depending upon the stability of the free radicals in the presence of peroxides. So when we see the difference in between the addition of this HBr to alkenes in the presence and absence of peroxides here. So in absence of peroxide, when HBr is added to this unsymmetrical alkene, it follows the Markovnikov's addition where this Br is going to the carbon with less number of hydrogens, and when the presence of peroxide is going to the carbon with more number of hydrogens here, resulting in the anti-Markovnikov's addition. This is all based on the stability of the carbocations and the free radicals. Here it is proceeding via the carbocations here. Here it is proceeding via the free radicals here. So based on the stability of the carbocations or the free radicals, these products are being formed. In the absence of the peroxides, this Markovnikov's rule is followed, and in the presence of peroxide, this anti-Markovnikov's rule which is followed, resulting in the formation of the products here. So this is a major difference in between the addition of HBr to alkenes in the presence and absence of peroxides here. Let's see this addition in the presence of peroxides to unsymmetrical alkene. This one, when Br free radical is being added to this, it can add here or to this carbon, resulting in the formation of different free radicals. Here is a tertiary free radicals which is formed. So this is more stable when secondary, so the major product which is formed when HBr is added is the Br is added to the carbon with more number of hydrogens, that is anti-Markovnikov's product which is being formed here. Yes. This is 2-bromo-3-methyl butane, which is formed as a major product when HBr is added to this reactant here. Yes. Now let's see the addition of halogens to alkenes. So the alkenes, the halogens gets added to these alkenes, resulting in the formation of vicinal dihalides. Vicinal dihalides are nothing but the carbons, nothing but where the halogens are present on the adjacent carbon atoms are called as vicinal dihalides. And let's see this mechanism now. The first step is the formation of this halonium ion, where this results in the formation of this ring here where halonium ion is being formed. This is called as halonium ion plus X minus, and the second step is opening of this halonium ion where the X minus will attack this halonium ion from the back side, resulting in the formation of trans product here. So during the addition of halogens to alkenes, the trans product is observed because the addition of this X minus is taking place from the back side because of the presence of the halonium ion on one side of the molecule or one face of the molecule. So the X minus is getting added from the back side or the other side of the molecule, resulting in the formation of this trans product here. So trans addition is taking place here. So this is stereospecific reaction. So when we look at this with the help of an example which we have taken here, for example, all these are R groups where this resulting in the formation of halonium ion, this Br minus will attack from the back side, resulting in the trans product where Br are added to the different phases of the molecule. So this is the mechanism which is followed when halogens are added to the alkenes.